What is up, everyone? My name is Eddie Cespedes, and this is my $1 million diary. And in this channel, I basically just document my journey of going from zero to $1 million in net worth. And in this video, this will be my entry for July 16th to July 23rd, which is today. And I'm gonna go over everything that I've been up to in the last week. So here we have the PowerPoint that I do every week, and this is showing everything that happened from July 16th to the 22nd. And let's get right into it. So the YouTube channel now currently has 137 subscribers. Well, I gained one more subscriber later this afternoon. But so it's I had 137, and the previous week it was at 118. I think by the time I filmed the video, I think it was like at 122 or something like that. And the total videos published is 186, which the total goal is 500. So I'm still a long ways to go, but I successfully completed the Sumerians series that I was working on for all the different mythologies. And the next set of myths that I'm going to be working on for the following week will be Japanese myths, because I thought they were kind of interesting, only because a lot of the myth figures actually um, they have Naruto names. So it was kind of interesting because I actually like Naruto. Um, as far as real estate, the filters still need to be changed on the properties. I got the new properties. I actually returned some of the old filters. I ended up making a mistake and I submitted a return for one of the old filters and gave them a different one. And then now I just submitted the return for the ones that I already returned and gave them the ones that I was supposed to return. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, I screwed up the orders, and now I finally returned all the filters back to Amazon, and now I'm just keeping the six that I initially ordered, which were the right ones. And even though they might run a little small on one property and run perfect on the other one, I'm just going to keep using those six until I run out. And then I'll make two separate orders for two of the properties that I have. The internet equipment for property three that I was trying to get changed, I finally returned it. So I'll probably call Verizon sometime in October to see if they finally got new towers up and I can switch over to them, since they'll give me just as good, if not better, internet speed for slightly less than what Spectrum does, because I really hate them. The HOA meeting. So I had an HOA meeting yesterday, and it was a quorum. I think that's what it was. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever been to an HOA meeting, but they were sending a lot of letters because they wanted a vote on repainting the buildings that I currently live in. So I voted no, and I specifically only went to this meeting because I wanted to vote no. And my reason for voting no is because the HOA dues were way too high. So I went over there, and it's crazy because these HOA meetings, it felt like it was a bingo club. It was just a bunch of like really old, old people, and nothing against them. It was just a bunch of retirees, maybe people that have a lot of time on their hands, and and then yeah, so some people brought a bunch of proxy letters that were signed by other unit owners, and then they voted on their behalf. Whatever the case was, it was 87-3. So now our buildings will get painted, which I mean I guess is good, but our HOA fees are ridiculous. I'm probably paying one of the lower HOA fees. I pay a little over 600 a month in HOAs for that condo. Other people are paying $800 to $900, which is crazy, and that's because there's an assessment, and it's different for every unit. But there was two assessments that were done, and some people are still paying off that loan. The seller, when I bought the condo, part of our negotiations was that they were going to pay off those assessment loans in full. So I don't have it, but even though 600 a month is still a lot. And then I've come to find out, prior to me um, closing on that condo, they had just raised the dues $100, and 2 years before that, they had raised it $200. So the HOA essentially doubled in 2 years. So my whole rationale behind that was if we need reserves, because previous management didn't have any reserves, to not spend money on things that on making, like on painting, on aesthetics. Don't spend money on aesthetics. Just spend money on fixing things that need to be fixed. Like there was a lot of the stucco that's cracked on some of the buildings, and that needs to be fixed. Luckily, they've actually fixed a lot of the buildings already, so they look better. But as far as painting it, yeah, they want it to look nicer. I feel like, I mean, honestly, it's just my opinion, but I felt like these people didn't have half a brain, because one of the guys was saying, oh, maybe now the property values will go back up. They're not going to go back up. Like, the reason the property values are dropping is because the fees are way too high. So then when somebody wants to sell the unit, it's hard for buyers to get a loan, to get qualified for a loan, because the HOA dues are stupid expensive. So, I mean, my thing is, if you want to raise the value of your units, lower, or try to get the HOA fees to be lower. And then that way you can make it easier for the units to sell. If the units can sell, then the price will go up. But no, they're just thinking if you slap some paint on the buildings, it's just going to make the property value go up. I mean, sure, it'll make it look nicer, but I think a building that uh, a unit that has a lower HOA fees with future plans of painting and making the community look better will sell more than a unit with high HOA fees that has a nice paint job. That's just my 2 cents, but whatever. It's me and two other people voted no, and 87 people voted yes. And then it's crazy because you got all these old people over there. I'd like to know who was it that voted no. Like, probably, I ain't gonna do shit. But anyways, that's a long story, or a different story. It doesn't really matter. So that happened. That passed. I went to it. Good experience, I guess. First time going to HOA meeting. Um, I guess what I wanted to happen didn't happen, but yeah, it is what it is. So last thing, capital improvements that I have to do on property number 3. I'm gonna put that on hold because I still need to recover some money from the last invoices that I ended up paying, because they kind of put a heavy dent on the business account that I have for the rental properties. So maybe sometime next month, or shoot, maybe in September, I could probably dedicate the last month of September to try and finish up a lot of the repairs on that property. But we'll see. I mean, it is part of my quarterly, this quarter's goal to finish up on that property, and hopefully no storms come and cause damage. Knock on wood. So the e-commerce performances. So in my Etsy store, this past week I made 62.28 in revenue, which is up from 0 from the previous week. I have the little shot of my Etsy dashboard. Jesus, was my voice cracking? So yeah, that's what it looks like. There's I guess I had 80 total views in the last 7 days, 3 orders, $62 in revenue. Profits probably like half of that or some change. I don't really feel like doing the math on it. On the Amazon influencer for the last 7 days, I made $76.84, which is down from $84.24 the previous week. So yeah, that's just going down. And then what really sucks is that I haven't really. So ideally, I'd take half of the Amazon profits. So the plan was earlier this year to take half of my Amazon checks and use it to reinvest on myself, and then the other half I put it into Robinhood, because that's the account that I'm growing. Like, that's my investment platform of choice aside from the retirement accounts, and that's what I wanted to grow. But in the last month and a half or so, I haven't really been able to put anything in there. So that's why I don't even show the account in these videos anymore. But it's still sitting flat at 6,500. So for the entire month of July, that Robinhood account, it's still 6,500. Uh, Amazon, I think I was making around 500 a month. Now I dropped to 300. It looks like the previous month. Now I only made 200 and some change. And now this is the first time where whatever platforms or subscriptions that I have that I use for the Amazon platform and the um, the e-commerce platforms, it's the first time where the Amazon influencer check, like one check, can't cover all of those expenses because I just got charged in July for one of the video editing platforms that I use. Actually, the one that I'm using to record this right now. And there was like 360 or 380 or something like that. And normally, um, like it hits in July. Obviously, it's July. It hits in July, and then later at the end of the month, the Amazon check comes through, and then I just pay that off, and then I have a nice chunk of money left over that I put that into investments or savings or whatever. This month, it looks like I'm gonna get the Amazon check. I'm gonna put some of it because it's not even gonna cover all the expenses that I have. So I'm gonna throw it all at the expenses that I currently racked up for this month, business expenses that is, and then I'm gonna have to put my own money on top of that to cover the rest of it. So that's not it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Amazon influencer program as a whole. And I mean, I can't really complain too much because I haven't been doing a whole lot with it. So so the business plan is the current focus is the YouTube content creation and the Etsy store management. So the Etsy store management is not really that big of a deal. There's only like a few ideas that I have that I want to fully implement, and then that's it. And then I just leave it on autopilot. But the real focus is just the YouTube channel that I've been trying to grow. And then on hold, I have the Amazon FBA that I wanted to launch last week. I changed my mind because I've seen that I've spent a whole lot of money on like these little business ventures and stuff that I'm doing and software and all that stuff. So I want to try and hold it off until next month when budget looks a little bit better. And then for future plans, it's like I said earlier, the real estate for property number 3. I want to get that fixed, but that's going to have to hold until again I have more money. So two things that are on hold until um, finances look a little better. And then the one thing that could still focus on right now is the Amazon content creation, personal health and update and all that stuff. So personal, my kid had a doctor's appointment. He had a procedure that he had to get done, really minor, really quick. It was great. Um, I'm happy about that. Well, I'm happy that that's over with. I'm not happy that you had to go through it. But so yeah, so that's done. So that took up some time this week. Um, Also, an increased workload on my 9 to 5. It looks like things are picking up quite a bit, and it's more like a lot more mental stuff really going on more than like physical stuff. So just a lot of stuff that I got to figure out. Anyways, current weight still 193.6. I just round that up to 194, so I lost zero point 0.4 pounds from the previous week. But I've decided that I don't care anymore about this goal because um, in order for me to really like lock in and I guess get healthy or get to a weight that I want to get to, or like really um, increase my athletic performance, which is nothing like what it was when I was younger, but whatever. Um, I mean, I have to dedicate like a lot of time to it, which means like I have to wake up early in the morning, go work out, go run, maybe work out again in the afternoon. Like it's just really time consuming and it's hard when I'm doing all this other stuff. So I just want to focus on one thing at a time, really. And so that was everything that I did last week. The action plan for this week and moving forward. I don't know if I want to make another update video next week because it's the 23rd. Next week will be like the 30th. I think I want to go on like a 8 or 9 day run where I kind of just like lock in and try to get done as much as I can. So maybe the next time that I make an update will be on August 4th. So it'll be the start of August and maybe I'll just try to go on a nice sweet run here to close out July on a strong note. Hopefully, that's what I'd like to do because I feel like July has been really slow. Actually, the last few months have been really slow, but July definitely has been slow. Not a whole lot going on, but a lot of money being spent. So maybe I'll try and yeah, maybe I won't do anything an update next week because right now it's Wednesday. I used to try to do this on Mondays. I keep doing it on Wednesday because Mondays keep piling up. So then the next one, 7 days from now, would be the 30th, which would be the other Wednesday. But if I wait till the 4th, then that means I get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. So that will be a nice little 12-day run. So if I can make one next week, cool. If I have momentum, I won't do anything, and then I'll just make another update on the 4th and keep you guys updated with whatever I did in the last few days from the time that I record. Uh, I want to start. Here we go. The Japanese Myth series for the YouTube channel. I want to surpass the 200 video milestone, which should be pretty easy. It's only 14 videos. And then I want to use the remaining Kling AI credits that I have before they expire, because I think I want to cancel the Kling subscription because it's $32, and I could use those $32 for something else. Because right now, ideally I use the Amazon influencer checks to cover all of these, but since that money is drying up, I'm just gonna cancel that right now because I'm not really using much of it right now. I'm only using one software right now to do everything, and the other stuff was just for me to experiment. I really like Kling AI, but I don't need it right now, so there's no point in me to keep paying the $32 a month, especially when Amazon is down like another 50%, or it's been down another 50% for the last couple months. E-commerce, I want to try and create a couple more Etsy listings, see if I can sell a little bit more. I ran a couple promotions, see how that does. I mean, it got me from 0 to 3 pretty quick. So if I can stay between 2 to 3 sales a week, that's nice. That's decent. If I could up it, that'd be even better. But I can't really control that too much. And then health, really the goal is just to maintain my current weight. So even though I'm not focusing on trying to get like super healthy or like get more athletic or anything like that, I want to make sure that I don't gain too much weight. Like if I could just maintain where I'm at right now, I'll be good until I'm ready to start hitting the gym hard. And the one key uh, takeaway that I want to take, or the one key takeaway that I want to focus on for this week, is one goal at a time. So I stopped trying to focus on like all of this stuff all at once. So the main thing that I want to focus on is the YouTube channel, get it to 500 videos, and then I could slow down a little bit or reanalyze and re-strategize what it is that I'm gonna do to try and get monetized. And while I'm doing that, then I could focus on another goal, which it'll probably be the house. I think if I have the capital for it, it'll be the house. And then if not, I'll just focus on the health at that point, and I can try and get my weight down, get my knees a little bit healthier. But yeah, I feel like it doesn't really matter what, like, so I feel like I have like all these other like different ideas, but I feel like they can all coexist. And I'm starting to figure out that they actually can't. So like I can't get healthy and like try and build this YouTube channel simultaneously, because I mean, I have a 9 to 5 as well. So that takes up a lot of time. And then I have a kid at home, and that takes up a lot of time. So like I have a lot of things going on that take up a lot of time. So I can't really focus on all these things all at once, like maybe I could have 3 or 4 years ago. So just one goal at a time. First goal is 500, get the YouTube channel to 500 videos. And then after that, I can choose what the next goal is. But not I don't need to be trying to do too many things at once. And yeah, that's really one of the main things that's been on my mind for the last week. And the one thing that I kind of want to get better at is to build one thing at a time, instead of trying to move all over the place, because that shit is exhausting. So I think that's it for, yeah, looks like that's it. And that's all I got for this week. And I'll see you guys with another update in maybe next week, but most likely in a week and a half. So thank you very much.